The village of Portmeirion, not a mirage, but definitely a fantasy. The spirit of Italy and all that's best in European architecture, conjured up in miniature here on the coast of northwest Wales. Villas, clock towers, balconies, and some oriental spice thrown in for good measure. A place where Noel Coward wrote Blythe's Spirit, and Patrick McGoohan starred in the cult TV series The Prisoner. The creator was Sir Clough Williams-Ellis, self-styled architect errant, who worked and played here from 1926 for some 50 years. His purpose was to show that even in a beautiful setting, new buildings could enhance and delight, a lesson sadly lost on the majority of developers and house builders today. You imagine all this must have been a hugely expensive undertaking, but in fact Sir Clough was the master of make-believe. And this is where the ideas start for us gardeners. The message is that with a bit of ingenuity, you can realise any vision, however far-fetched. The ornament in architecture is full of deceptions. Statues made of cardboard, painted in windows, arches playing tricks of scale. Everywhere there are reclaimed materials, an upturned farmyard boiler turned into a cupola, plinths made of tin ammunition boxes, and old loo seat cutouts embedded into a paving design. The planting too is deceptive. These slim silhouettes, which seem at a glance to be the tender cypresses of the Italian landscape, are in fact hardy Irish yews, trimmed up in August and corseted with wire. The palms are chusans, slow growing but hardy in most parts of Britain. They flower and fruit here merrily, often in tandem with New Zealand cabbage palms. All this is complemented by a jolly range of sun-loving and seaside shrubs, among them brooms and olerias. The design games are applicable to every garden, showing how much the views are improved for being framed rather like a picture and given foreground shapes to look under and exaggerate the perspective. And the excitement of playing sunlight against shade, a familiar device in Italian gardens. It all adds up to the overriding mood of Portmeirion: theatre. Beyond the village, a different sort of garden unfolds, in its way just as spectacular, a gwyllt, or the wilderness. The woodland planting here predates Sir Clough, towering Victorian conifers and tree rhododendrons, humming with bees and littering the ground in petals. He liked it as a jungle, little tamed. But by his death it did need attention, and the cue was taken from its earlier planting to develop it more exotically and harness the mild climate and the different habitats. Would Sir Clough have approved? Who knows? But it certainly adds to the entertainment for visitors. Natural beauty, gardening, architecture, everything comes together at Portmeirion, but in a way really defying description. Asked why he built it, Sir Clough simply quoted Pavlova. If I could put my meaning into words, do you think I'd go to all the trouble of dancing it?
And if